womb was barren. Yet, Jacob still accepted her sister and laid down with her sister and had 4 strong sons.
All right.
And at the same time, Rachel was barren, and Rachel had to sit here and accept that, and yet still her love for Jacob was challenged.
All right.
How many women can handle that? How many women can accept that? Yet being in the same house, yet being in the same family, yet being together.
All right.
Love challenged daily. Every day you open up your eyes, you're looking at your sister. Every day you open up your eyes, you're looking at her sons. Every day you open up your eyes, you can't have children. Every day you open up your eyes, your womb is barren. But yet and still,
All right.
love challenged.
All right.
Not just his love, but her love.
Oh, yeah.
Then you gotta look at Leah, because every day she wants to love this man, and she wants this man to love her back, but at the same time, he didn't want her, he wanted Rachel.
Right. Amen.
So her love is challenged because she's laying down with a man that she knows really don't love her like he loves her sister.
Right.
Yeah, speak, Lord. The things we do for love. Now, you look at this. From the womb, there's a struggle.
Yes.
From the womb, God had 2 nations. In Isaiah, these nations are already cutting up. Do you know how important you are to your family?
All right.
And do you know what your family represents? Your family represents the ongoing, the lineage of the next generation. Which means that what you teach, what you walk, and what you present is what they're going to take and carry on.
Oh, yeah.
So I come to tell you, you can't give up.
No.
Oh, it's
Big now.
All right.
I come to tell you, you can't throw in the towel. I come to tell you, you can't turn your back on God.
Oh, no. Right.
I come to tell you, you got to keep on marching.
Oh, yeah.
I come to tell you, you got to hold up the blood-stained banner.
All right.
I come to tell you, you got to continue to praise and lift up his name. I come to tell you, through it all, you got to continue to let God be God. When the babies ask you, why do you praise him? Why do you still go to church? You got to tell them, because God is a good God.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I come to tell you, he loved us.
Oh, yes.
Look at this. When you look at this term bondage, many people don't see it. But God blessed me to come out of it.
All right.
It's a touchy subject with me, but I got to tell it. I got to share something with you. Speak, Holy Ghost. A person bound in servitude to another human being is an instrument of labor. One who is no longer free has no rights. That is bondage. So when you see Jacob laboring for Laban, and every time he thinks he's got this thing sealed, the deal keeps changing, and he changed this deal 10 times. Now he's got these women at home, he's got these children at home. He don't come home as often. He don't come home for love. But he's laboring for this man. And the money is not what it should be. The money keeps changing. It gets lower and lower and lower. Get this. One can purchase a slave, as in the case of Joseph. He was sold into slavery by his brothers for 20 shekels of silver. Israelites could also buy foreign slaves. People captured in war frequently became slaves. Occasionally, those who wanted slaves might kidnap them, but this practice was forbidden by Israelite law. People could become slaves several ways. The poor were unable to pay their debts, could offer themselves as slaves. A thief could not repay who was caught and stolen, could work it off as a slave.
Right.
Children born of slave parents became house-born slaves.
Well,
Right.
When you look at verse 26 in Genesis,
all right.
Genesis chapter 29, verse
29.
verse 30. Verse 26. And I'm so glad we got some children here. I want you to look at verse 26. Give me my wives and my children. If I have found favor in thine eyes, therefore I have learned by experience that the Lord hath blessed me for thy sake. Now, another version says, I have learned from divination. I have learned from other spirits. First of all, as a young boy myself, when your parents are caught up into working so much so that the house becomes the second, help me Lord Jesus, importance, and God becomes third, help me Father. What you have done is you putting work over not just family, but even over God. Does that make sense? And what has happened here is you've actually turned over everything to that you work for. And what you have here is you have Jacob going to the one who he works for, telling him, give me my wives and my children.
Right.
How do I know? Because I've been through that situation to where even myself as a young boy found myself in a courthouse and the judge asking me who I wanted to live with. How did that happen? Simply because parents and money and divorce. Children was not in their thoughts. It was all about money. It was a situation where children become caught up. And if you're not careful, it's a situation where you turn too much over.
All right. That's what happened.
And it's right here. It is right here. Give me my wives and my children for whom I have served thee. So he says here, and he said, appoint me thy wages and I will give it. Do you know that God is so loving that when he allows the sun to come out, speak Holy Ghost, he allows the sun to come out on the just as well as the unjust.
He does. He does. That's true.
When the rain falls, he allows the rain to fall on the just as well as the unjust. How can a man, how do you say, be profitable in a bondage situation? You have it right here. But at the same time, God is in the midst of it to where he flips the whole situation.
All right.
But do you think that Laban is just going to allow it to just happen?
All right.
Do you think Laban is just going to allow him to go on about his merry way?
Oh,
No.
no. No.
But where does love come in? Let me show it to you. Go back up to verse 22. See, because what would make a man go to his employer, his boss, and speak so boldly? Verse 22, and God remembered Rachel And God hearkened to her and opened her womb. And she conceived and bare a son. And said, God hath taken away my reproach.
All right.
And verse 24, and she called his name Joseph.
Yep.
And said, the Lord shall add to me another son. And it came to pass when Rachel was born, when Rachel had born Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, send me away, that I may go unto my own place and to my country. When his son was born, something happened in him.
Yeah.
When his son was born,
Yeah.
he had some boldness. When his son was born, something clicked in his heart and in his mind. When his son was born, his home, there was some reprioritizing going on. When his son was born, love got ignited. When his son was born, he gave him a boldness to where he can go to his oppressor and he can tell him, let me go. See, love will stand up in you, and love will make you confront whomever it is that is in your way, and love will make you fight. Love will make you speak boldly. Love will make you stand and confront whomever it is, and love will make you say, let me go.
All right. Say it.
We got to fight for love.
Say it.
We got to allow love to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
We can't always be fearful. Love will stand up in you. So he says here, and it came to pass when Rachel was born, Joseph and Jacob said unto Laban, send me away, that I may go unto mine own place and to my country. Give me my wives and my children. Ain't no more bargaining no more. Give me what's mine. I worked for it 7 years. And what's so wrong about that? When he worked that 7 years, get this, young men. I go to get what's mine. Rightfully mine. I worked for it 7 years. Rightfully mine.
Right.
And then when I go to get it, it's not who it should be.
No.
It's Leah.
Right.
And then when I confront the father to get what's rightfully mine, he tells me, you got to work 1 more week, then I'm going to give it to you. Give it to you.
Yep.
But then, before I get, you got to agree to work for me 7 more years. But love.
Well.
See, love will make you do some things. Love. Love will make you go 7 more years. Love. Love will make you do the things you swore you won't ever do. Love.
Well.
Love will make you grind. Love.
Well.
All right.
7 more years. He agreed just to have who he truly loved. Just to hold who he truly loved. Just to look in the eyes of who he truly loved. 7 more years. But that's how the man manipulated to get 7 more years because of the good work he done. The good work he put in. Isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Now some people would be upset at God for permitting it.
All right.
But God has a purpose.
There you go.
God has a purpose and a plan. God knew what he was going to do. See, Rachel's love was challenged because Rachel could have went left. Oh, no, you ain't finna lay down with another woman and think I'm going to stay in this. No, she stayed obedient.
All right.
She stayed the course.
Yeah.
She stayed obedient unto God. She didn't question God. She didn't go left on God. She didn't go left on Jacob. She just stayed the course because she trusted, loved, and she loved Jacob. Can you stay the course?
All right.
In spite of what it looks like? Can you stay the course? In spite of how heavy the load gets? Can you stay the course? You know you love them. Can you stay the course? You know you love your children. You know you love